Hello there YouTube, it's Conspiracy Boy here with a car boot haul video. Now today's a bit different as I'm not actually filming this on the day that the haul took place. This was the car boot sale for the 21st of August, so it was last week for me, but obviously you guys didn't really get to hear about it until now. It was actually a really good day. I was very happy with what we got. Where to start? Well, it was a rainy day, so we went to my local car boot sale first, as we thought all the others were going to be rained off. The only thing we found there was this figure. I believe this is an Action Jackman fella. He was 20p, very loose limbs, discoloured and dirty and whatnot, but he was only 20p, so picked him up. Then decided to go off to my far away car boot sale. Got there and there was hardly anyone there selling anything, which was a real shame. And as I was walking around, there was two ladies who had a stall all set up, but there was like only half of it done, and then there was another table next to them with loads of stuff, but it was all covered with a blanket, and the only thing you could make out was this fella sticking his head out of a plastic carrier bag. And I was like, oh my god, the Astral Moat Monster. So I asked her if it was her stall, and she said kind of, and I said could I look in her bag, and I looked in and saw all of these beautiful Thundercats. So I asked her how much it was going to be, and she said, oh, don't worry, it won't be very much. So I got very excited. And then she said, actually, I better check with my son-in-law first, which was the death of me, because he came over and went, because people were looking at his stuff before he'd set up, and he said, look, you know, if you want the whole bag, it's 300 quid. So I said, oh, mate, I can't afford that. No. I said, I just collect them. I was wondering if I could go through and pick out some that I don't have in my collection. And he said, well, if you like, have a look through any that you don't have, put in a pile, and I'll work out a price for you. So the first one I picked out was this guy. He was the first one in my pile, and I was going to try and bury him under everything else. So we took him. I took this guy who looked like he was the fella from Jumanji, because I remembered having him as a kid, but I don't have him currently. I took this guy because he looked like some green pirate fella, and I definitely don't have him. Took this guy because I'd never seen him before. I think he was quite a rare one. Took all three of the bears because an American fellow was asking me. He said the bears were quite rare, to look out for them. Took this girl because I'd never seen her before. This little one. And him. Definitely had him in the pile as well. And the two berserkers over in the corner here. I've put this really awkwardly. So I had one of those and one of those. So I had a pile. It ended up, it was about 13, 14 of them in the pile. And I said, how much do you want? I think he said 40 quid. And I said, would you do 30? And I think we did 30 on the lot. No, sorry, we did 40. I think he wanted 50 quid and I got him down to 40. So we spent 40 on that first little bundle, and then I walked off, had a look around, found next to nothing else, found this little toy car for 50p, found this other little Batman car for 50p. Same seller, so I thought it was old, but it's actually not. It's like 1990 something, so yeah, that's not great. Found this tiny little bat boat. That was only 20p and in pretty good shape. Found this knockoff Jackie Chan figure. He was only 50p. And I found this little red bus by Lesney. Yeah, that was 20p because it's battered. So then I walked back round and I have a little look, and he's still got the rest of these, and he's just starting to get them out the bag. And I picked this one up, which he told me before was worth 150 quid. So I said to him, this is your £150 one, right? And he said, yeah. So I said, it's a shame I don't have that much money with me. I'm never going to see another one of these before again, am I? And he said, well, how much you got? So I told him I had like 25-30 quid. So he said, oh, you can have it for 20 quid. So I took that one for 20 quid. And then with my last fiver, I said, you know, how much do you want for this vehicle? Because I don't remember ever seeing this vehicle before either. Will he take a fiver for it? And he said I could have all the rest of them for 20 quid. So I just thought, yeah, it was too good a deal to pass up, even though a lot of these I have, they're in either better condition or they have their weapons. So yeah, I got all of these Thundercats. It ended up being 40 quid, 20 quid, another 20 quid, so it ended up being 80 quid. But there's 3 vehicles and yeah, some rare ones. So I was chuffed with it nonetheless. I was also lucky to meet, there's another toy trader who's moved in, and he has extremely good prices. He had this awesome Spider-Man, and he wanted a fiver for him. He had this cool Hotspot figurine that he wanted 3 quid for. Oh no, it was a fiver for Hotspot. It was 3 quid for all of these bootlegs, as in £3 each. I like the paint job on this guy's face. God knows what's going on there. And that one too. He's actually a pretty cool bootleg. Oh, and he also had something else. I have to go grab it. Oh. Well, I don't know what I've done with it. He also had something else that was really cool. I'll show you guys that in another video. But yeah, so that was cool. And I got that werebear at the end there for 50p too. So yeah, it was quite an expensive day, but I feel like I got some really cool stuff. I was amazed to see an Astral Monster. Amazed to find out the price of what that Thunderwings Lion-O goes for. Even silly things like Bengali's hammer seem to be going for crazy money, and it did come with quite a lot of Thundercats accessories and weapons and stuff. You can't see them all there, but there's quite a lot of good little bits that came with them. So I think it was a good deal. I was really chuffed. Bits that are definitely going to go on my shelf, and some that I'll probably sell off to recuperate against the overall expenditure, but I think that's how I'm going to do it now. I'm going to collect the bits I want, and bits that I've already got or don't want I'll sell off in order to try and balance out what I do have. So yeah, that was last week's haul video. So until next time guys, which could be sooner or longer than you think, take care, bye.